Hi, this is Amy again, Amy Olinger, and today I want to talk about my symptoms from the beginning and how I've learned to avoid them and reverse them when necessary. And so when I first saw the email about MS saying symptoms you might have MS and not know it, I was dealing with some symptoms in my body, but they were so mild that I just ignored them because I didn't know what they were. I thought I was just making it up or something. And so one of those was my vision was blurry. And so it was kind of weird to be blurry. And then another one is my speech was not right. I would like slur words pretty mildly, but I could notice it, but I just ignored it. And then another one is like I would text people and I couldn't really text fast. And I would get so frustrated sometimes. I would just stop texting and just call them because it was just annoying. And then I'm not sure if there was more than this, but these four are what I remember off the top of my head. So my walking wasn't right. So I would like drag my right foot. And so if there was a little like lip of a carpet like lifted up, I would trip over it. I wouldn't get hurt, but I would have to catch myself. And so, yeah, it was kind of weird. So since I've learned to live in a way with MS that works for me, I don't really have those symptoms anymore, but some have come up over time back and forth. Like there has been a time when my speech recently just went weird and I had to try to explain. I just would say to people, "Oh, I'm sorry, that's my MS." But they're like, "Oh, I didn't even notice it." But I noticed it. And there's been times where I took a medication when I was pregnant from my doctor for a bacterial infection, and I started having these crazy, I don't know how I knew it was MS symptoms, but it was just like terrifying inside my body. And so I read the side effects of this medication and it said, don't take if you have any neurological issues. So I was like, oh my gosh, I can't take this. So I told him and he just put me on something else. And then I really it's been really mild over the years, the symptoms that come and go. But I've learned that in order to keep everything kind of as at bay as I can keep it, I've learned that eating healthy is the most important thing for me, not eating allergen type foods that cause my symptoms and cause my body to attack itself. So that's like the most important thing that I have learned. And as long as I do that most every single day, I feel great every single day. And I usually can do it. It's just sometimes I kind of don't do it great. But then also I avoid toxic chemicals like the plague. So like any cleaning supplies, well, let me go back to the beginning. So I use natural everything if I can. I use natural toothpaste, natural deodorant, natural shampoo, natural let me see, any single thing that I put on or in my body is as natural as it can be, unless for some reason there's an exception for whatever reason. And I've learned that toxic chemicals are very dangerous and they affect me very deeply. So like if I'm walking through the grocery store and I pass the cleaning aisle, I get a whiff of that like smell of all those chemicals and it just makes me feel sick inside. So I just have to go right past it and never go down that aisle. But so I don't keep any cleaning supplies really in my home. I've learned that cleaning supplies you keep under your sink can gas out throughout the day and just spread toxins throughout the whole house. So I don't keep any cleaning supplies in my home. I only have the basic cleaning supplies that are all natural, just to do the most basic cleaning I can do. And so I avoid that. I've also learned that, I've learned that heavy metals are very dangerous. So I used to have these silver fillings in my teeth. And one day I had this bright idea to go have the dentist remove them. And that's crazy because it turns out I found out afterwards that removing them is like a billion times more dangerous. I mean, that's an exaggeration, but it's so much more dangerous than just leaving them in there because they're filled with mercury. And I believe shortly after that is when I started having the MS symptoms and getting MS. So I believe that was probably a big part of what caused the MS in me. And so right now I'm starting to take something that is supposed to remove the heavy metals from your body at a cellular level. It's just very cheap, all natural stuff. I won't mention any more about it until I see how it's affecting my body. But I'm excited to do that because I just want to draw all the heavy metals out of my body and just be as healthy as I can be. So let me see what else. So the foods, the toxic chemicals. Oh yeah. So since this has been the hardest 2 years of my life, I'm basically rebuilding my whole life after my divorce. It's kind of crazy. And I'm having to learn. I don't have a lot financial or material to work with at the moment, when normally I do, but I don't. So I've been literally having to create my life out of what's in my mind. Like literally create my life from what I can create in my mind. And I'll go into that on a separate video too, because it's a whole separate subject. But I've learned I have to guard my peace with everything I have. I have to avoid toxic people, negative news, any sort of negativity. And I'm not rude about it. I just kind of make it to where it doesn't affect my life. I just kind of back away slowly and just don't be a part of it. So I don't treat anyone bad or rude, but I just don't want to be a part of it. And so I cannot. So basically, anything negative, like, because people will tear you down. Like if you tell somebody your dreams, your goals, that you can do anything you put your mind to, like talking about yourself, like talking about myself, they will just find a way to tear you, like they've found ways to tear me down. I just have to guard my peace with everything I have. So those are the most important things. And I might think of other things soon and I'll share them too, but pretty much how I eat and avoiding toxic chemicals and trying to rid my body of heavy metals and then guarding my peace and creating a beautiful environment in my mind of only the most beautiful things about life that are life-giving, not life-destroying. And so it's been really a beautiful journey. When I got MS 11 years ago, I remember saying, you know what? I got this because, I got MS because God knew that I could deal with it and I could fix it. And I will help people to fix it too one day. But it's taken a lot longer than I thought, and it's been a crazy journey. But anyways, I will keep sharing everything I've learned to try to give hope, because when I found out I had MS, I didn't have a lot of hope. I thought it was like a horrible sentence of just despair. And now I found out that's not true at all. It just is, my body is in dis-ease and I've got to just put it back into ease. I've got to just get it back on track. And so that's what I'm doing. And I just want to share everything I learned. So anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day. Please like and subscribe if these videos are helping you. And thank you so much for watching.